Hey y'all, it's me, Slay by Jordan, and today I'm going to show you guys how I install a custom-made frontal unit. Right now, I'm moisturizing the hair using Pink Lusty's Oil Moisturizer. Now, I'm going to section off the hair and do straight back cornrows. Make sure that you braid this braid all the way around the back of the nape. It will be vital in installing your unit. Now we are completely done braiding her down. Now we're going to sew the end of her braid using a needle and thread. Okay, now we're taking our Got To Be spiking glue gel and we're going to lay her natural edges down. You want to fully comb all the edges back, and once you comb the back, we're going to blow dry it on cool. Now I'm going to take the Pump It Up Spritz Go and we're going to spray it over her edges and make sure they are fully slick back. Now we're going to moisturize the scalp with grease. You can use grease or oil for this process. I like to use grease because it's thick and it doesn't run. Now we're going to apply her stocking cap. I chose the stocking cap closest to her skin tone. And we're going to sew down the sides and the back of this cap with needle and thread. Now we're going to cut 2 holes in the cap around the ears so that we can release them from up under the cap and so that the cap can lay flat on the sides as well. You want your stocking cap to be laid flat across the front and on the side so you can have a flawless install. Now we're going to take our Got To Be Ultra Glue Gel, the black one, and we're going to outline her hairline on top of the stocking cap. You want to put this gel directly on the hairline and a little bit in front of it. After I apply the gel, my client will sit up under the dryer for about 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, I will go over it and spray Got To Be Blasting Free spray, and she will sit another 5 minutes or until fully dry. Now we're cutting the stocking cap. You want to make sure you do this carefully so you don't cut your client. Cut the cap off as close as you can get it, but do not cut the client's edges. Now we're going to take our free spray again and we're going to spray the edges of the cap to lay them down completely flat. You want your cap to be completely flat because if not, it will show up underneath the lace. So make sure you get that stocking cap as flat as you can get it. Now we're going to take a cotton ball and 91% alcohol and we're going to fully clean the client's skin. You want to make sure you do not get this on the cap or it will lift. Make sure that you fully clean the client's skin from any oils, makeup, or anything. You want your adhesive to stick. Your adhesive would not stick if there's things in the way. Now we're going to take a cotton swab and Boho Skin Protect and we're going to clean the client's skin again. But what this does is it creates a barrier between the skin and the glue so that the skin is protected underneath. You want to make sure you always use a skin protector because some of these adhesives out here are very strong and can cause the skin to be irritated, and we do not want that. We want to keep our client's skin beautiful and healthy. The hair we're using today is from my hairline Slutted collection. More info will be located in the info section bar below. Now I'm going to place the wig in the middle of my client's head and get her to hold it for me. I'm now going to put the wig on and make sure everything is fitting nicely and securely. Now I'm going to pull all the hair up into a ponytail and we're going to sew down the back and the sides of the unit. I sew down the back and the sides of my units because it just gives me the most security for me and my clients. You can always sew an elastic band or add clips to your wig, but I will always love needle and thread. Now we're going to section off our ear tabs and we're going to cut those out. You want to cut those out to make sure that your frontal is looking like a natural hairline. Your frontal is not supposed to cover your ear because your natural hairline doesn't cover your ear. So make sure you cut those out, you guys. The adhesive we are using today is the Boho Active. This gives you a 2 to 4 week hold and it is waterproof. You want to dot the adhesive along the hairline and smooth it back with a popsicle stick. You want to smooth it back as flat as possible so you don't have any bumps up under your frontal once you lay it down. We are going to apply 3 layers of this glue and we're going to let each layer dry clear first before we apply another layer. Now we're going to lay that lace directly on that glue. Once you lay the lace down, do not lift it back up. If you do, it will cause it to look cakey underneath. So once you lay it down, make sure you're laying it down exactly where you want it to lay. Get your client to help you hold the sides down if you need further help. Now we're going to take our blow dryer on warm and we're going to melt the lace. You can also use it on cool air, but make sure you do not use hot air. You want to melt the lace, not cook the lace. Now you're going to put the hair into a bun and you're going to tie down the front. You can tie down the front using either wrap strips or either using a silk scarf. Today I'm going to use my Slay by Jordan 24 Karat silk wrap to melt that lace further in. After we tie it down completely tight, we're going to stir it under a warm dryer for about 15 minutes. Information on where you can purchase these wraps will be in the info section bar below. But before we stick her under the dryer, we're gonna blow dry the actual hair. Before I blow dry it, I sprayed Treseme's Keratin Smooth Heat Protectant Spray. My client is now back from the dryer and we're gonna take a wrap off and we're gonna use the back of a comb to make sure that lace is fully melted down. Now we're about to cut out the excess lace. We're going to take our eyebrow razor and we're going to cut the lace as close to the hairline as possible. You do not want any extra lace showing. Get into that meltdown. Yes. Now we're about to take our comb and part our hair off with exactly where we want it. And we're going to take our hot comb and hot comb it to smooth it down. Now it's baby hair time. We're going to take our Got To Be Glued, the yellow one, and we're going to part off a thin section and we're going to use our eyebrow razor to cut it down to length. And we're going to lightly swoop those edges into place. You do not want to be rough during this process because you could possibly lift the lace. Just smooth those edges lightly. Now you want to take your blow dryer on Clue and blow dry those edges into place. After you do that, you're going to take your Got To Be Blast and Freeze spray. You're going to spray it over there. You're going to take your blow dryer again on Cool and blow dry it. You want to make sure those baby hairs are locked in place. Now we're going to take our flat iron and part off a section to cover the tracks on the back. And we're just going to flat iron around the part to smooth it out. You will then take your hot comb again and smooth the hair down into place. The hot comb is what lays that lace down. You cannot do a lace frontal or a lace closure without a hot comb. Now we're going to take our Care wax stick and we're going to lay down those flyaways. And once again, we're going to take our hot comb and lay that down. You want your lace to be flat. The hot comb gets your lace flat. We do not want pumpy lace. Now we're going to take our Sebastian Shaper Plus and spray it over the hair to further lay those flyaways down and to lock that part in place. Look at that. That is smooth. Look at my beautiful client. That lace is melted. Yes. Now we're about to get into curling. So we're going to take our RS heat serum and we're going to distribute that evenly throughout the hair. You want to take like a dime size amount. You do not want to use too much because this product can weigh the hair down. Look at that Slade Collection Platinum Collection hair. Now we're going to take our Conair Infinity Pro 1-inch curling iron and we're going to curl the hair away from the face. Now for this curl in the front, after we get done cutting it, we're going to pin it in place. It's going to make sure that curl is real tight, so when we go to comb out the curls, we have that pop and swoop in the front. And we didn't have to cut any of the hair. Now that one side is curled, you're going to go back and curl the other side. We are finally done curling. We're going to take our 2 pins in the front, and we're going to take our Beyond the Zone, turn up the heat spray, and we're going to spray it over the hair. Now, this is a heat protector, but I personally use it as like an oil sheen. So we're going to split the hair down the middle and move those curls to the front. We're going to take our fingers, and we're going to style this hair. I love big, flowy, messy curls, so I like to run my fingers all the way through them. You can leave your curls tight, but, I mean, Shirley Temple died a long time ago. Comb those curls out. Now to get that popping swoop, we're going to take the front and we're going to comb it back, and then we're going to twirl it around our fingers and then push it forward. Now you may have to play around with this because it may not be right at first, but trust me, it's going to get right. And now we are done. I slayed this frontal unit. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and share. Thank you again. Goodbye.